Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Fletcher, and I am the academic recruiter for the college. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Now, for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, over the past few weeks, we've been spending our Wednesdays and Fridays highlighting our technical programs. And this afternoon, you are in for a treat. We are highlighting two programs this afternoon. Jason Ferguson is here representing several of our programs to include EMS. There's a host of them, so I can't even remember them all. But again, you're in for a treat. Jewel Newman is here representing our welding program, and she will talk with you again about that curriculum and the wonderful opportunities that exist with this particular program. So a lot of good information coming your way. Also on the panel, we have Anna Grace Enoch representing admissions, Ryan McNamara representing financial aid, Ashley Pearson, and Mark Ziccola representing counseling. Now, each of these individuals will take a few minutes a little bit later to talk about the role they will play in helping you get started at CVCC. So to open us up, Kimberly French is going to come and talk with us about the rules of engagement. After that, we will jump right into it with our program reps. Kim?
Hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly French, first-year programs coordinator here at CVCC. And I just want to tell you a little bit about the rules of engagement. Down at the bottom, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat feature. Also, when you look down at the reactions, if you see something you like, you can put a thumbs up or you can give a clap, either way. At the very end will be a question and answer session. So feel free to be able to put anything in the chat feature and we'll go and answer those questions for you. And now I'm going to hand it over to Jason Ferguson to be able to talk to you about his various programs that he offers.
Hey everyone, so today I want to talk to you a little bit about all of the EMS programs. There are different levels of EMS certification, and the first being EMT is what we offer. We offer that through our credit and our non-credit areas. So the next offerings will come up for those courses this fall. We will have a day and an evening course available for the credit EMT courses, and we'll also have an evening course available through our non-credit area as well. And with those, same course, same objectives, same requirements, just a little bit different of how we do them internally, and that's something that we could answer for you. Probably one-on-one would be easier to do that. So with those courses in the fall, they typically meet 2 days or 2 evenings a week, and they meet for about 4 hours. So it's a long day, but it's a lot to get done. You know, with our current situation with COVID, there may be a little bit more of online type of portions of the lecture, probably live lecture that would be kind of like we're doing now, where you'd use Zoom or some other format to have interaction with the instructor. But that provides a great opportunity for people to attend those courses, maybe because of drive time or transportation that may allow you to participate, maybe from a longer distance. As far as the on-campus, there are hands-on components that are required in that course. It's a lot of skill-based and some assessment and things to that nature. So with that, those requirements for the course, you know, those labs would be set up. You would have plenty of notice in advance, and that would be something that the instructor would communicate with you on that. Prior to or during that EMT, you will have to have CPR certification, and we do offer that typically before each of the classes. So that's something that you would need. If you have CPR certification, you would need to verify with us that is the proper CPR certification. And then that course also includes a clinical component, and that typically consists of time in the emergency department and also time on the ambulance. Some of that has to be modified at times based on the current situation with COVID right now, but we're planning to offer those opportunities to students for that. After EMT, the next level is advanced EMT, and we will offer that in the spring of next year, so 2021, and that is through our non-credit area. And with that course, that kind of goes above the normal emergency medical technician. That's more of a assessment and managing airway and things of that nature. When you get into advanced EMT, you will learn how to start IVs, give medications, give injections, and just kind of start to that next level. That course typically meets 2 nights a week. And that will be, again, from about January through May is when that typically runs. The next level is paramedic. Now, I'll go back to say, if you're enrolling in the paramedic program is financial aid eligible, and EMT and AEMT can both be portions of that program. So that is the overall 2-year degree program, and that is the highest level of EMS certification that you can obtain. And for paramedics, that's a lot different than the others, because it's so much more advanced, because you're now placing surgical airways, you're now placing patients on ventilators, you're giving extensive medications, you're doing 12 lead EKG. So you're doing a lot more in-depth skills. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more clinician based, and it's a lot more autonomous than the other 2 levels. But with that 2-year degree, that is also includes some general education courses such as anatomy and physiology, English 111, social science, humanities, things of that nature. So with those, that program is typically, those cohorts start in August and they end after 2 years in May. The one prereq for that is that you have to have the EMT certification prior to starting in August. So, for example, for the upcoming paramedic year, if you're not already EMT certified, you would need to start with the EMT. So maybe you could start with EMT, maybe even take the advanced EMT in the spring, and then maybe some general education courses, and then move into the paramedic program the following fall, because all of those count towards that paramedic degree. So none of that would be lost. And as far as any questions go, the EMS area, we have an administrative assistant, Sandra Vire, and she can provide a lot of information for you. So if you call 832-7826, she will be happy to assist you with any information. And at this time, I will pass it over to Jewel Newman, who will talk to you about welding.
Hello, everyone. Jewel Newman from Welding. We offer a 1-year program, so you can get finished in just 1 year. Most of our students do graduate. You can actually get a Welding Fundamentals Career Study Certificate in just 1 semester. So if you join us in August, you could finish in December. It includes 4 welding classes. That would be our beginning level fundamentals. Then we could move on to our Career Study Certificate in Welding, which you could finish in 2 semesters if you take 5 classes. So you would need to add a drafting class in the fall semester, and then you would take our welding classes plus a MAC 146 class in the spring. So that's 5 classes each semester, and you would be finished with our Welding Career Study Certificate. You could earn several American Welding Society accreditations while you are here. We offer them in flux core and in shielded metal arc welding. It's about 40% lecture and 60% hands-on, so we have to meet in person and have labs. We cannot have you say you're a welder if you haven't ever used a welding machine. So yes, we do meet face-to-face. It is financial aid eligible for our programs, the career study and the welding technology. The math is minimum. You do need to know a little bit about fractions and percentages and how to use a ruler in order to be a successful welder. It's in a class you would take in the fall, hopefully. Drafting 166 is where we teach you the math skills you need. It is a very, I guess you would say, satisfying program if you are a hands-on person. The students have great pride in what they build and make once they become welders at the different companies here in Lynchburg. A lot of people don't realize how many manufacturing and service companies here that have welders. I know there's at least 15 off the top of my head. There's probably 25 or so. So there's lots of opportunity. The Department of Labor forecasts through the next 5 years that they need several 100,000 welders in the United States. So it's a great opportunity to get a job and keep a job. Starting pay, we're looking locally at $15 an hour to $20, depending on which one of these companies you land at. We have some amazing success stories. Got a young man who's been out the program probably 7 years. He has his own truck and his own welding equipment, and he drives up on the job and starts pipe welding, and his fee is $125 per hour. So he has to work in all kinds of weather conditions. So it's not for the faint of heart, so to speak, but he loves it, makes a very good living. We have a guy from Alta Vista that worked at Abbott Labs. He wanted to work on the road crew, piping mostly, and he works out of Pennsylvania now, and he loves his job. Comes home when he can to Alta Vista, but he's based out of Pennsylvania. So you don't have to stay in this area once you finish this program. Don't know, I guess the most difficult for our students would be the math and the eye-hand coordination. We've had several students that didn't know they had problems with eye-hand coordination until they arrived here. So that's it. Now I'm going to hand it off to Anna Grace in admissions.
Thank you, Jewel. Hi, like she said, my name is Anna Grace. I'm just going to go over a couple of things that we can help you with here at the Admissions and Records Department. One of the major things is applying for the college. And to do that, you want to go to our website, centralvirginia.edu, and then you'll click on Apply Now. Once you click on that, it takes you to a nice little page that has a little rundown of the different departments and things they can do to help you, a little checklist there. And then you'll click on Apply Now again. And then you're going to click on Create an Account. A username and a password is what it wants you to do. This is not for the college itself. This is just for you completing your application. So if you get kicked out, you can get back into your application and finish it. A couple of things about your application. A social security number is not required. However, if you are going to have any type of financial aid, we do have to have it. So I would recommend putting your social security number in when you fill out your application. Otherwise, you have to provide documentation to us later, and it will slow down your progress a little bit if you have to do that later. The other thing is when you are filling out your in-state tuition portion, please make sure to read the questions very carefully and answer them truthfully. Otherwise, we have to have documentation later for that as well. And again, that will slow down the process. The in-state tuition, once you get to the final page, it will tell you whether or not you've been classified as in-state or out-of-state. If you disagree with that decision, then you let us know here at the Admissions and Records Department, and we can help figure that out and get the forms and things that you will need to fill out to change that information. On that very last page, you will have your student ID number, your user ID, as well as your password. We recommend either printing that out or taking a screenshot of that page. You will need those to log into your My CVCC account, which is how you'll complete a lot of your schoolwork, as well as all of your information for student with like financial aid, adding and dropping classes, and different things like that. One last thing, we are accepting all forms of transcripts at this time, whether it is electronic or paper copies, we're taking them all. So if you need to send something to us, we are processing them as soon as they come in. There is no hold, even though we are working remotely at this point. That's all I have for you today for admissions, and I'm going to pass it over to Ryan in financial aid.
Thank you, Anna Grace. Hi, everybody. Ryan McNamara, representing the Financial Aid Office. So we're going to spend the next couple minutes just going over your financial aid process and what needs to take place. So once you have applied to the college, the next step is to submit your FAFSA. So FAFSA.gov is the website. Do not go to FAFSA.com or FAFSA.org. Those places will charge you for what you can do for free. So if you are enrolling this upcoming fall semester, fall 2020, you want to submit the 2020-21 FAFSA. So make sure you select the correct year. If at any point when you're working through the FAFSA, if you have any questions or need help, feel free to reach out to our financial aid office. Our phone number is on the website, or you can email us at financialaid@centralvirginia.edu. So either email us or call us. But you want to submit your FAFSA. If you are under the age of 24, you will need a parent to also sign the FAFSA because it's going to ask for some parent household information as well. So be aware of that. Once you submit your FAFSA, if we in the financial aid office require any documents from you, maybe tax documents or some form that we need you to fill out, you must submit those forms before your financial aid is finalized. So we will not award your financial aid until all documents have been received. So be mindful of that. A lot of times students will ask the status of their financial aid, but there's a document that we still need from you. So until that is received on our end, we cannot award your financial aid. So from the FAFSA determines financial need, and that will determine if you're eligible for any federal or state grants. Again, like Anna Grace had mentioned, there's in-state tuition. There's also in-state or Virginia grants that you may be eligible for based on the results of the FAFSA. So again, you want to make sure you get your FAFSA in to us. You can use financial aid to help cover books and supplies in the bookstore. So that's a nice added benefit. If you qualify, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket for your books or supplies. That can be covered by your financial aid. We have a net price calculator on our website. So if you're curious or interested in figuring out how much financial aid you may be eligible for, on our website, there's a really brief calculator. It asks for just a handful of questions, and it will give you a good estimate of what your financial aid may look like for that upcoming year. Again, our financial aid contact information is on the website, our phone number, or email us, financialaid@centralvirginia.edu, if you have any questions. And with that, I'm going to pass you on to Ashley in counseling.
Thank you, Ryan. My name is Ashley Pearson. I'm a counselor here at CVCC, and I want to thank you for joining us today to learn about the paramedic, the EMS programs, and the welding programs. I'm going to go over the steps that you'll want to take to get signed up for classes. The first step is going to be to apply online, as Anna Grace explained. And once you've applied, you're going to be assigned a user ID. That user ID is needed for you to log on to your My CVCC, and that's where you'll be able to access your school email, Canvas, which is our online teaching platform, the student information system where you can enroll in classes and check financial aid updates, and also Navigate, another really helpful tool to help you plan your upcoming semesters and see what requirements you have left to graduate. The next step will be to have your high school transcripts sent to the Admissions and Records Office, and if you've attended any college or university, you'll want to have those transcripts sent as well. The paramedic and the welding technology program have an English course in it, and the welding technology program requires a math course. So we'll also need for you to demonstrate college English and math readiness. And you can do this in a variety of ways. We can use your high school transcript if you're a recent high school graduate. We can use the Virginia Placement Practice Test. And if you've been out of high school for more than 5 years, we can do something called informed self-placement. Determining how you'll demonstrate college readiness is something that you'll talk about with your advisor, which is the next step in getting started here with us. You're going to want to talk to your advisor, and we have Zoom appointments available, we have phone appointments available, and we also have drop-in advising available Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. So please give the counseling office a call, talk to an advisor. When we meet, we're going to go over your transcripts, and we'll go over the classes that are required for the program, and then we'll plan what your next semester will look like, and we can even plan what upcoming semesters will look like. The paramedic program does have additional paperwork, so such as a background check, immunization information, and other items that need to be completed before starting the paramedic courses. So it's important that you meet with a counselor early so we can get that paperwork to you and you can work on those items. On behalf of the counseling department, I want to welcome you to CVCC and the welding and paramedic programs. And now I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Mark Sicola.
Thank you, Ashley. Two fabulous programs offered here at CVCC with lots of employment, future employment opportunities. Do not delay. We're registering right now for fall classes. Classes begin August 24th. The importance of registering sooner rather than later, unlike perhaps a history class or a sociology class, EMS courses, welding courses can't have huge populations in each class. You've got clinicals, you've got workstations where safety is of the utmost importance. So grab seats while they're available now. Please enroll today. Contact counseling at 832-7800. Again, that's 832-7800. And now I'd like to send it over to Kimberly.
Thank you, Mark. I just want to remind students too, when you do get enrolled, you'll have a new student orientation that you'll go through in your Canvas. So when you log into your My CVCC, Canvas is the first button that you'll have, and then you'll go in there and you'll see a new student orientation that will be there for you. Any questions? There's none in the chat feature, so I'm going to hand it over to Michelle to wrap up.
All right, thank you, panel. A lot of good information. Thank you again for a great job. Just a few reminders before we close. Our last Wednesday and Friday session will be this Friday, June 26th. We will have a representative from the HVAC department, and they will be talking with us about that particular curriculum. Again, our Wednesday and Friday sessions will end this Friday, June 26th. All the Wednesday and Friday sessions, however, have been recorded, and they are located on our website and our YouTube channel, and we invite you to go and check them out. Every Tuesday and Thursday, from this point until the end of September, I stand corrected, every Tuesday from this point until the end of September, we will host what amounts to a virtual open house. That session is on Tuesdays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., and we invite you to join us in that session. This is a great opportunity for students to get a lot of good information and to virtually meet and question our staff and faculty, and again, to be able to do a little one-on-one with your questioning and get some of the answers that you are looking for. These Tuesday sessions, again, they will continue until the end of September, and they too are also recorded on our website and YouTube channel. You can go and check those out as well. So thank you again for joining us this afternoon. Keep a check on our website for other virtual activities that are going on, and have a great evening.